this is Jan from the Social Connections team, and I'm today with Rene Schimmer, who is a product manager for connections from HCL. Good morning to California, Rene.
Good morning, good evening. How are you doing, Jan?
I'm fine, thank you. I've just want to ask you a couple of questions regarding the future of connections under HCL. And first of all, I have to ask, what's your new job role? What's your new responsibilities in HCL?
Of course. So everything's new and everything's the same, right? So I am still product manager for connections. So you notice a slight change in title. In IBM, we used to be offering managers, so we're now back calling it product management. And I still have the same responsibility for the same set of products or connections, and within it, of course, ICEC docs. That's the whole group of connections products.
Okay, thank you. And what can you do differently in HCL, or is there any different way how you can work now compared to IBM?
So I think the biggest change really is that we now have a really different attitude towards what we can do and accomplish, right? So we're really starting off a new chapter with new excitement and new access to resources for us to kind of put the development of connections back on a more or faster trajectory. That is really the exciting part. So we will be able to deliver more in a faster time, in a shorter time. So that's exciting.
Okay, that sounds good. And is there any personal wish or goal you want to achieve in regarding connections in the next few months or a year?
Well, personal, it's really I want to be able to take that energy and instill it into the product, right? And together with customers and partners like yourself, really get back to a cadence and excitement in the product where we all feel, okay, now connections is really doing what it was always supposed to do. And I hope that we all together accomplish that throughout the next 6, 12, 24 months.
Okay, it sounds great, and it's linked with our next event, Social Connection 15, in September in Munich, Germany. So you'll be able to show us some cool stuff in connection at that time.
So there are 2 events coming up that I want to mention. So next week, of course, the factory tour will start presenting the high-level roadmap of where we're taking the product. And then towards Munich, to the Social Connections event, we will then be able to present even more detail on the roadmap. And we have a couple of really cool things up our sleeves that we want to roll out. So I can't really tell too much because I don't want to steal the thunder. But we are working on new capabilities within the product, and we defined 3 key areas that we really want to focus on initially to give connections more reach within the organization, to have people be able to use connections more to build out their networks, to run the business, and to capture the pulse of the organization as you're using connections. So that's 3 buckets that we're working on. There's a lot underneath. We have gone through AHA. I think we just concluded reviewing all of the ideas. So you'll see updates now coming out on the idea portal where we comment on request. It's an ongoing process, but we're taking a lot of what's in there to see how we can map that into these 3 buckets and roll out new features. So all of that will be presented next week at a high level, and then in more detail in Munich.
Okay, so that's awesome and really exciting. So I'm really looking forward to have you speaking at Social Connection in Munich. And for today, thank you for your time, and see you next week in Boston.
Thank you. See you there.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.